Hi guys, welcome back. And today I actually suggest that you go ahead, you get yourself a snack or you get yourself a cup of tea, because we're about to get into it. In this video today, I'm going to be sharing some pro tips that can help you maintain beautiful, glowing, healthy skin. If you suffer from dryness, maybe even oiliness, or if you suffer from a bit of dullness, you just feel like your skin is lacking in that life and luster, then applying these tips might actually be able to help. And if you don't have any of those skin issues, then that's amazing. Congratulations, you've literally won the genetic lottery. Stick around, this way you can maintain your beautiful skin and you can make sure that you're preventing issues from building in the future. So it's actually quite important, and it's paramount, I might even say, to start caring for your skin before you see an issue arise. So if you think that it would be interesting to learn a little bit about what I have been learning from estheticians, dermatologists, and cosmetic formulators, I suggest you keep watching. So these are in no particular order, but I think that I subconsciously put one of the most important ones first, actually. Be gentle with your skin. This is something that we hear a lot of the time, but there is a lot of truth to it. Whenever we're rough with our skin, we risk inflaming it. And then whenever we inflame our skin, we risk leaving a mark, leaving a scar, leaving some sort of blemish, or even hyperpigmentation. Even that little scar that's left behind by your pimple or by, maybe you scratched a little bit too hard, all of that is the inflammation turning into hyperpigmentation journey. The worst thing about hyperpigmentation is that it takes so much longer to get rid of than it does to form. You can actually create hyperpigmentation in one day, whereas to wear it off over time, it can take you from a month to even a year or two. So it's very important to be gentle with your skin to begin with, to not create things that can cause rashes or irritations that can later scar you, and that you'll be working on with all of your brightness, your vitamin C's, your lightening agents, and all of your exfoliants over time. It would actually be much simpler to prevent rather than to treat later on. So you're probably thinking, okay, so what does it even mean to be gentle with my skin? Let me tell you, there are some products and some practices that I personally do not indulge in because I feel like they are too rough for my skin. So for example, physical exfoliation. It really depends, and not all physical exfoliants are created equally. So let's start there. I'm not saying don't ever use a physical exfoliant. I'm saying that what you might want to look into is the granule size. If it is too rough, you might want to just end up using that for your body instead. So for example, like a St. Ives is far too rough. What you're doing when you use a harsh physical exfoliant is you're rubbing away that top layer of skin. That top layer of skin plays a vital role in protecting your lower layers of skin from any intruders on the outside. That's why if your skin barrier is healthy, then you tend to not get acne as often. Acne is just a part of the cycle, so usually you will get something every here and there. But if you do tend to be acne prone, then maybe look into your skin barrier and let's actually find out if you're protecting it or if you're doing too much and you're sawing away at it. The really confusing part about these physical scrubs can be that after you've rinsed it off, your skin feels so soft, like butter. The only reason why it feels that smooth is because you have literally sawed it off. You're literally breaking down your skin's barrier, which protects all of that good stuff on the inside. When it comes to exfoliators, a lot of dermatologists and estheticians would actually suggest that we go the chemical route, meaning that we use acids to exfoliate our skin, and then maybe you use a very light, finely milled physical exfoliant to slough off any extra skin that needs to come off as well. When used mindfully and used correctly, acids can actually be the gentlest way to exfoliate your skin. Depending on the acid, it can go right into your pores, like for example, salicylic acid. Let's say if you get those blackheads on the nose, salicylic acid, depending on the formulation and depending on the product, can help you get rid of that. Now, if you must use a physical exfoliant, I am not banishing them. I am not canceling physical exfoliants. A lot of physical exfoliants are coming out and they are very, very finely milled. Be detailed when you cleanse. Now, I know that we've been doing a lot of chat about cleansing. I hope to not bore you, but I really have to drive home the importance. When we don't cleanse properly, our products don't work. So essentially, if you're cleansing improperly or haphazardly, then you're wasting money. Best way to avoid cleansing haphazardly or just not carefully at all is to use the 1 or the 2-finger method. So this is something that I learned, I would say maybe a couple of years ago when I began delving into skincare. I found a lady who actually spoke about the importance of being detailed, and that when you clean with 1 or your 2s, you're able to get into the crevices that you can't really get into if you're only ever cleansing with your full palm and hand. And especially if we're cleansing for a very short amount of time and with our full hands, there's really a high chance that you're leaving dirt on your face, which is leaving the chance and the opportunity for dryness, acne, any sort of issues that we don't really want to be dealing with. If you use the 1 or 2-finger rule along with the 60-second rule, your cleansing is just about to be out of this world. Marry all of that together with the double cleansing step. My ideal cleanse is to double cleanse, use the 1 or 2-finger rule, and use the 60-second rule with each cleanse. That's how you're gonna get the most detailed cleanse that you possibly can. And then this way, your products are actually absorbing and they do what they say that they're supposed to do in their description. Don't over exfoliate your skin. So we did speak about being gentle with your skin and not over exfoliating using physical exfoliants, but I have to say it's really important that you don't over exfoliate with your chemical exfoliants either. If you are overusing these chemical exfoliants, then you can get in a lot of trouble and you can cause burning, you can cause scarring, you can cause all sorts of inflammation and just exactly the opposite of what you're trying to do. Keep in mind when you're building up your personalized routine that you may only need 1 exfoliant. And if that works well, and if it works well for you to do it once a week and everything is fine, keep it at that. Sometimes your skin requires something so simple, so gentle, that it may only be able to withstand a very small amount of exfoliation. So keep that in mind. Every single person is different. Some people can actually use an exfoliant twice in their week, some more. And again, you will actually need to start off very slow first and then build up. Decide over time, listen to your skin and see what might work best. That actually brings me to my next point. Introduce new products gradually. What's interesting about introducing products gradually is that if you do have a reaction to something new, you can immediately spot it, clock it, and get her out of your group. It makes it much easier for you to decide what works for you and what does not work for you. Even when you are introducing, I would even say, take it that next step. It's much better to be safe than to be sorry. Maybe just put a little bit of the product here or here. Put a little bit of the product on the corner of your jaw. Just don't cloak your entire face with the product if you've never heard of it before, if you've never used anything like this in your life. It may be irritating and you don't want to risk it. Definitely be very gentle with how you incorporate new products, new practices, and new ideas into your skincare routine. Use sun protection. Every single video that I've watched on dermatologists, estheticians who are passionate about skin and its health have told their audiences the importance, the sheer importance, how paramount it is to wear sunscreen every single day. The thing that people usually correlate with sunscreen is sunburning. So they don't want to burn, so then they'll put a little bit on their shoulders. The problem is UVB rays are not the only ones to pay attention to. UVA rays are even more insidious. UVA literally will sneak into your house, make your pores large, she'll give you wrinkles. She's coming through to really mess your skin up. So you need to protect yourself from her every single day. Even when the clouds are out, sneaky sis is coming through those clouds to dry your skin out. It can be very difficult to understand that even when it's grey, even when it's raining, that UVA is still penetrating through those clouds. UVB is what might not be penetrating through those clouds. UVB is the cause of your sunburn, of your immediate irritation. UVA is something that you will see in 20 years. So if you're actually battling with any hyperpigmentation, any scarring, any, acne marks that have been left behind, The sun is going to darken those. You apply and also reapply. It's quite important. Every 2 hours, it's said that you should reapply. So these things can actually combat the skin issues that you're already dealing with. Because honestly, if you do every tip that we've listed here and you don't use sun protection,
you played yourself.
One of the things that I hear the most in the skincare community is that they wish they had started using sunscreen earlier. UVA also depletes your collagen and elastin levels. The thing about collagen and elastin is that it is so precious. We only get so much of it, and it's very hard to replace it. So you must protect your collagen and elastin by all means necessary, and the only way to do so is to protect yourself from the sun, which is by using proper, adequate sun protection, and enough of it. That's important too. I'm being harsh, but it's really important. If you don't already have a sunscreen at home, I want you to purchase one now. Take that how you will and make your own decision from there, your own well-informed decision. And let me know if you learned anything different today, or let me know if this is all old news. Let me know if none of this worked. Thank you so much for tuning in.